Hey guys, welcome to SkwidVids. My name is Robert. Today I'm working on my Aprilia RS 660 and I'm going to be swapping out the rear shock with an Ohlins that I got from BPR Tuning. And I'm going to show you guys the best that I can how to do that, and hopefully we don't run into too many issues. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is take off the wheel because you want to unload this swing arm. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. All right, we got the wheel out of the way. Next, we're gonna have to remove this fender, which is blocking the eyelet for the bottom of the shock. And you're gonna need some Torx bits. If you have a RS 660 and you don't already have Torx bits, you're definitely gonna need them because there's a lot on this bike. All right, we got a Torx bit. Let's get this thing off. All right, next you're gonna need a number 15 socket and a number 8 Allen head in order to remove this bolt. Problem though is this swing arm cover doesn't allow enough room for this Allen head to get in there, so now I'm gonna have to remove that. So back to our Torx bit. All right, pretty straightforward. There's about 4 screws you got to remove in order to remove the swing arm cover. And now we can crack this thing open. I think there's still some tension on the swing arm, so I'm actually gonna undo the top first, and then the bottom should be able to come out pretty freely. So the only thing that's in the way is this little plug here, which you can just slide out of the way. Move that over, there you go. There we go. All right, we got the shock out of there, and that was pretty easy. The only thing you have to look out for is make sure that there's no tension on the swing arm, because if there is, you're not going to be able to get those bolts out. And if you feel like you have to tug on those things or push too hard, then it probably means you got some tension on it. So you can lift the swing arm up and down as long as you don't have any tension on it. If you have a standard swing arm lift, you're gonna need to find a way to remove the weight from the swing arm so you can move it freely. So I did the responsible thing and I actually read the instructions, which is a rare occasion, on how to install this. On the Ohlins, it came with a bracket for the reservoir, which I'm gonna go ahead and install right now. Apparently, I didn't read the instructions well enough because I mounted this thing backwards, but I flipped it around and that was the biggest pain in the butt so far. Everything else should be pretty easy, hopefully. I got the new shock installed. I got the reservoir installed. Everything is bolted up and ready to go now. I could say it was relatively easy with the exception of this reservoir, and that was mostly my own doing because I did read the instructions, but I didn't pay that much attention to how this bracket is supposed to be mounted. I've never used one that has a remote reservoir before. So make sure you just have this facing the correct direction and it should be fairly easy. This piece is a little tricky to get into place even once you do have the bracket installed correctly, because this line right here is not very flexible. There's not a lot of movement to it, so you kind of have to muscle it in and wiggle it into the correct spot. But all in all, fairly easy. The only special tools you'll really need for this are probably Torx bits, and those were the only ones that I didn't have when I started this project. So I did go purchase those from a local hardware store. All right guys, that wraps it up for the install of the Ohlins shock on the RS 660. If any of you found it useful, please like, please comment, let me know. And I will be uploading some more videos, hopefully, as I make more progress on the bike. So if there's anything in particular you want to see, please let me know. Thanks.